really spend much time with it on the PC. I've seen a bunch of it on 360, and it looks gorgeous on there. So it's one of those like, hey, I kind of just want to try playing with a racing wheel, but I don't want to buy one. I need to borrow it from somebody because I just want to see what that's like.
Just make Dave bring his in and we'll do it for the live show or something.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
Yeah,
I really want to buy a racing wheel.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
I really want to buy.
Don't buy a fucking racing wheel.
What are you going to bolt it to?
Don't buy a racing wheel.
I gotta buy a racing chair.
Don't buy a racing chair.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Buy the big metal frame.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
Why don't you get a D-box seat while you're at it? It's $14,000, something like that.
I would buy a D-box seat before I'd buy a racing wheel.
I like it. As somebody who doesn't drive, like I just like want to play around with the gear shift and all that stuff. And I could probably just buy a car for cheaper at that point.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just burn it out in a parking lot.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
When I finally buy a new car,
it's just
coming any day now. I'll just let you borrow my old one. You go spin.
That was real
Brodies.
fun. I'll give you a couple of $1,000 here. This is real fun.
I'm with him. Don't buy a racing wheel.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
I think I was real close to buying a racing wheel, but
don't buy a racing wheel.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
The thing is,
don't buy a racing wheel.
The thing is, they're not.
How often do you even play racing games?
Not enough to buy a racing wheel. Well, maybe they're more fun with a racing wheel.
Here's the other thing.
Hey, Vinny.
Yeah.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
Also, racing games, the whole notion that racing games are somehow more fun or more realistic with a steering wheel is a complete fallacy.
What?
It's a complete fallacy.
Because it's not like none of them behave like the steering wheels in actual cars.
Yeah,
at all.
It's just another contrivance. It's like it's.
You're trading one for one.
That
of the
doesn't sound safe at all. Then
slightly more realistic, but.
You're not going to use that to learn how to drive well.
Say I can't learn to switch gears.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
Let's go to the arcade. We'll play hard driving until you know how to drive a car.
I think. Well, here's the problem. They don't make them. You can't buy one for like the PS3, the 360, and the PC. You can only buy a PS3 and PC, or for the 360.
Yep.
I thought those Fanatec ones did.
No, they're still just like I heard that too, and I looked them up. And unless somebody has one, hey. I'll talk to Dave. Anyway, I don't own a racing wheel.
Don't buy a racing wheel.
You're set then.
Yeah.
Buy Dirt 3.
Anybody see the things that like the 360 the Connect racing wheel? Did you see the ads for that go up?
No.
On, like
Is
Amazon.
there a physical wheel that you hold?
The picture is like an invisible wheel. It was selling for like $14.99. Maybe somebody mocked it up, but it was like I didn't click through the link to the Amazon page, but it looked awesome.
Wow.
Well, they can distribute that digitally.
That was actually just a link to the Rebecca Black Friday song.
Anyway.
Is that what we're calling it now, Black Friday?
Song. Yeah, that's my Black Friday song. So no racing wheel? What were we even how did we even talk about that?
We're talking about new releases.
Oh, Dirt 3. That game would be awesome with a racing wheel.
Ah!
What else is
Don't
out?
buy a racing wheel.
What else is out this week?
Daggerdale is out this week.
Thank you.
Across the 360 and PS3 if it gets up?
I don't know. Store's still not up.
They don't even send you emails?
I don't think Daggerdale's coming for PS3, even if the store's back up.
Oh, that's right.
They have a backlog of other things.
Surely they would not jump new stuff ahead.
Yeah, I think they've kind of said,
we're
even
gonna
in the
do this in
Daggerdale
order.
stuff, they're like, this is going to go out at some point.
That game looked really interesting. I kind of want to spend some time.
I was going to get a knife
okay.
controller, a dagger controller for that game.
That would be a reasonable purchase.
Yeah.
What?
Well, how many games does he play where he stabs dudes?
A lot. But
lot.
But is it realistic? Would you really know how to stab a dude?
Don't buy a racing dagger.
Oh, but it vibrates.
But buy a dagger wheel.
Yeah.
Would you learn how to really use a dagger wheel with a dagger wheel controller? I kind of look
It's
up
not
that.
a matter of trying to learn
Chakram.
how to use a dagger. It's not a lot of new stuff coming out right now, but
Hey, Dirt 3.
Or next week.
or next week.
Daggerdale.
The week after that,
Oh yeah, the week of
Death
E3.
Smiles that come out last week.
buy some games.
Death Smiles 2X.
That might be coming out.
Well, I bought
out.
it today, so it is out.
So something must have happened.
I didn't think that was a real game, so I didn't list it.
Yeah, no, that came out on the Games on Demand. It's crazy. They're selling the Japanese version of that game for $30 on Games on Demand, totally untranslated. Sort of like Sony has done with PS1 stuff.
Interesting.
Like the achievements are Japanese, like everything. It is not an English game, but they.
You just gotta shoot
It's a
little
cool
bullets.
idea because, like, if you were to buy that game and import it and have a Japanese 360 and all that crap, like, you'd be spending kind of a lot of money. But now you can just get it for only $30. Of course, you could start to make the argument that it's not worth $30 because it has about as much content as a $10 as like Trouble Witches Neo or something like that. It's a downloadable Japanese side-scrolling shooter.
Does this version of Death Smiles have yet another set of achievements separate from the Japanese achievements?
No. These are just the Japanese achievements.
Okay.
So
Now I can finally live the dream of having Japanese achievements.
Yes.
On a non-Japanese Xbox.
Right. And the only way you can tell what the difference between the girls that you're playing as is that it lists their names and their ages. The oldest one is 17. You can tell because their boobs are the biggest.
That doesn't mean anything.
Actually, the 14-year-olds are maybe a little bit bigger. It's a great fucking game. Maybe we'll do a quick look at that because it's so high quality.
We should do a quick look at that.
Yeah, we should do a quick look at that. Yeah, it's kind of...
That's a real picture.
Put that down.
This is
It's not invisible. It's just it's translucent.
Check out this
I think I don't know. I think that's to show you that it's invisible.
No, it's
I think it's a shitty thing.
I don't even.
Maybe it's designed to try and keep your hands in the
Yeah,
correct
like if you're
position.
too stupid to keep your hands at virtual 10 and 2,
Yeah.
now you've got a plastic thing you can.
Saying I shouldn't buy this either. You guys are just fucking wet towels.
The wettest.
All right, let's take it to emails then. Bombcast.